Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. Today we're tackling a mystery that hits almost every single one of us right in the wallet every single week: the chaotic, frustrating, and often baffling world of gas prices. We've all had that moment. You pull up to the pump, look at the blinking sign, and see $3.89 a gallon here in Virginia, while a friend out in California is texting you a screenshot of a $6 unleaded. Meanwhile, you look up the news and it says a barrel of crude oil is sitting at $76. How on earth do we get from a headline about global oil prices to the exact number blinking on the suburb street corner? In today's episode, we're going to break down the exact chemistry, economics, and geopolitical behind this journey. And if you want a complete guide to this, make sure to grab a book, Oil Prices Explained, which is available right now on Amazon. To solve this mystery, we have to start with the foundational unit of the entire energy industry, the standard 42-gallon barrel. Why 42 gallon? Well, back in the 1860s, during the Pennsylvania oil boom, producers standardized their shipments using the old wooden whiskey and cider barrels, throwing an extra 2 gallons to account for leaks and evaporation on the bumpy road to the market. When you check your phone and see the crude oil trading at $76 a barrel, the math is incredibly straightforward. You simply divide the price by 42. This reveals that the raw, unrefined liquid inside that barrel costs about $1.81 per gallon. This is our baseline, but as you know, you can't pour raw sludge straight into your sedan without destroying the engine, which is where the rest of our world formula comes into play. That raw $1.81 has to go through refining, logistics, legalities before it even reaches your tank. First, a refinery has a chemical crank that heavy hydrocarbon into gasoline, blend it with 10% of ethanol, and add protective detergents, which adds about 75 cents. Then it has to travel, in the Virginia case, flowing up a massive Colonial pipeline from the Gulf Coast, which, along with the local trucking, adds another 35 cents. Next, Uncle Sam and the state government step in a combined non-negotiable tax cut of 52 cents per gallon. Finally, the local gas station's owner takes the remaining 51 cents. But don't think they're getting rich, because paying credit card swipe fees, keeping the lights on, and paying the staff, the station owner is lucky to pocket a dime of profit per gallon. And those prices together and your $1.81 raw crude becomes exactly $3.89 at the pump. But who is actually pulling the strings on this daily $76 price? The truth is, it's a delicate dance between two global giants, the Wall Street and the OPEC. Many people assume OPEC, or oil companies, arbitrarily type a new price into a computer every morning. But the actual price is set second by second on the commodity exchange, like NYMEX, New York Exchange, and in London. These stock markets act as a massive global auction house where speculators, airlines, and producers trade paper barrels based on rumors of war, weather patterns, and economic health. OPEC, on the other hand, acts as the ultimate gatekeeper of the physical faucet. When Wall Street bids the price down to low, OPEC cuts its physical production quotas, tightening the supply and forcing the speculators to bid the price right back up. This financial dance is constantly threatened by a volatility of geopolitical web that stretches across the globe. When we look at the regional choke points like Strait of Hormuz, a narrow 21-mile shipping lane where 20% of the world's daily oil flows, we see how easily global stability can be held hostage. Nations under heavy international sanctions, like Iran, actively exploit these tensions by keeping the region volatile. They drive up the global oil prices, making their own illegal black market sales via shadow fleet or ghost tankers incredibly profitable. This global friction, combined with localized state taxes and specialized environment fuel bans, is precisely why drivers in geographically isolated, heavily regulated states like California end up paying $2 more per gallon than the drivers on the East Coast. Ultimately, understanding the price of oil is about realizing that your local gas station is directly connected to the heartbeat of the global history, geology, and politics. We are all living through a unique moment in human existence, a century of transition where we are beginning to look beyond the fossilized remains of ancient plankton towards a diversified future of electrification, hydrogen, and renewable energy. It's a massive transition. If you want to be fully prepared for what comes next, grab a copy of my book on Amazon to get a complete breakdown. As we stand on the precipice of the great energy transition, let us remember that the same human's ingenuity that unlocked the power of ancient oceans is fully capable of engineering a brighter, cleaner, and more resilient tomorrow. Comment below which topic you want me to explain next or answer any questions. Thanks.